What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, Real Talk Recovery, where we talk about recovery from addiction and I share my life with you. My name is Nicole and I'm an addict. My sobriety date is July 13th of 2015 and I am currently utilizing a maintenance medication called Suboxone. I tapered down from 12 milligrams to 2 milligrams, and here on my channel I like to share my journey doing that, and also we have recovery support group meetings here every night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I also have Patreon and a membership, so if you guys want to join because you want more one-on-one group style support, like where I'm at and we're in a chat and then we can text and talk on the phone, then you can join my Patreon, or you can press the join button underneath my name on my channel. So those are just some options I'm throwing out there. It's only $2 a month and anybody is welcome. I would love to have you guys as a part of the patron and member family. If you do join tonight, you will be eligible to win a $50 gift certificate or $50 Visa gift card, or just $50 cash, however you want it, during our trivia game tomorrow. So Saturday we are having trivia, patrons and members only, and there will be 2 people who win $50. So if you haven't already signed up to become a patron or a member, click the link in my description or the comment section. I'm going to drop it down there and become a member. It's only $2 a month. So now that we got that out of the way, today's video is going to be about the top 3 reasons I see people struggle and have unsuccessful Suboxone tapers. But before we get into that, please give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the notification bell. That way you will be made aware of every single time I upload a video. I have been folding laundry, #MomLife. Laundry never stops. And so I'm just here in my bedroom sitting on the floor, and this video idea popped into my mind, and I thought, man, I need to talk about that because I know so many of you guys are on this journey with me. You're tapering off of your Suboxone or your Methadone and you're struggling, or you feel like you're not going to be able to do it. And so I want to give you guys some pointers. So in this video we're going to talk about the 3 top reasons why I see people have unsuccessful tapers, and then I'm also going to give you ways to fix those 3 reasons. So I'm not just going to tell you the bad things, I'm going to give you the answers on how to be successful. So if you're into that, stick around, let's get into it. I'm going to stop blabbing. Okay, so the first reason why I see people have unsuccessful tapers is they're just plain and simple not ready to taper. Well, Nicole, what do you mean not ready to taper? What I mean by is they just got on their medication. They've been on it a couple weeks. They haven't, that's all they've done. It's just got on the medication. Or they've been on the medication for some time, and the only thing they've done since being on the medication is take the medication. Nothing in their life has changed. So you know that old saying, if nothing changes, nothing changes. Suboxone and Methadone are not cure-alls. When you get on these medications, there's work that has to be done. The way my doctor explained it to me was, Suboxone is 5% of your recovery, and the other 95% is what you put into it, is the actions that you take, is the work that you put in. So not being ready can mean a whole bunch of things. It can mean, like I was saying, just got on it, just not ready because you haven't done any work. It can mean you're still abusing drugs and alcohol while you're on Suboxone. I have seen so many different examples of not being ready. So what you have to do, you guys, when you are contemplating tapering, is you need to sit down and you need to make a list of all the things that you've done since being on your medication. So that way you can see, okay, I've accomplished this, but I still need to do that. And you need to weigh the pros and the cons of tapering, all right? If you are a single parent, you're on Suboxone, you have a full-time job, you don't have a babysitter, and your mother-in-law is watching your kids for you, and you're wanting to jump off Suboxone and you can't miss work, and you are at risk to relapse, then it might be a good idea to stop and wait and slow yourself down a little bit. Like, everyone's circumstance is different. So what you really have to do is sit down and think about it. If you have people in your life that support you in your recovery, sit down, talk with them, run your ideas by someone else who's been sober longer than you have. So that way you're not just making a rash decision. So first thing is just plain old not ready. Second thing that I see a lot of people do, and unsuccessfully taper, is they rush their taper. They're on 24 milligrams of Suboxone, and they're dropping down 2 to 4 milligrams every other day. And so they're off of their medication within 2 weeks. Hold up, wait a minute, slow your roll. You didn't get addicted to drugs overnight, did you? You didn't ruin your whole life in a split second in your addiction, did you? Tapering takes time, and a successful taper with minimal withdrawal is a taper that you do low and slow. I know this because I have seen good examples of people who have tapered low and slow over a long period of time, 6 months to a year, and they have been able to successfully jump off and still remain off. Then I have seen people who have jumped off too quickly, a very fast, rapid taper, who have had to get back on the medication, which there is no shame. If that had to happen and you had to get back on because you went too quickly the first time, I'm proud of you for getting back on and knowing, hey, I did that wrong, I need to start over again, okay? So when tapering, it's really important to go as slow as possible, you guys, as slow as possible. And while you're going slow on your taper, you need to be incorporating different recovery support. You need to be in therapy. You need to have a fellowship of addicts and alcoholics that you can relate to and talk to about what you're going through, okay? You need to be active and exercising, moving around, drinking plenty of water, practicing mindfulness and positive thinking. These are all things that are going to help you on your journey to getting off of maintenance, okay? All these extra things that I'm telling you to add, they can't hurt, so just add them. Do as much as you can to build your foundation. Going back to the first reason why a lot of people are unsuccessful is, in talking about a foundation, is they never laid their foundation. They got busy throwing their house up on quicksand, okay? They didn't lay down any foundation. They didn't survey the land. They threw their house up and they sunk into the quicksand right away because they had no foundation. You have no business tapering off of your medication if you do not have a solid foundation. Okay? What do I mean by that? You need to be able to be gainfully employed. You need to be able to have a job, okay? Take care of your kids, okay? Take care of yourself, okay? Be consistent in your recovery meetings, recovery readings. All of these things are going to help you when you're doing your taper because it's going to be less stress. If your fines, all your legal issues need to be taken care of. You don't need to be in the middle of a divorce with your old lady. You don't need to be in a fight with your parents. You need to have everything laid out so that way you can be the most successful person that ever tapered. Okay? Well, Nicole, my life's not perfect. I'm struggling. This is what's going on. How do I know when it's right? You're going to know when it's right. You're going to know when it's right because it's going to be like divine intervention. Okay? Things are going to pull together, and that's how you know it's time. Okay? Don't go and try to jump off, you guys, in the middle of a crisis. For those of you guys that are trying to get off right now during this pandemic, I strongly advise against it. I think a lot of us don't realize how much we are being affected by this pandemic and how it's heightening my anxiety. It's heightening my depression. And I couldn't imagine trying to jump off of Suboxone right now. It would not be a good idea, because the state of the world that we're in, it's a trigger in itself. So the third thing that I see people who try to get off Suboxone struggle and be unsuccessful with their taper is they're not honest. Okay? They're still practicing dishonesty. They're still practicing addictive behaviors. They're still lying, cheating, stealing, and manipulating. Just like we talked with Dr. B last night, how he was saying that when you're practicing these good behaviors and you're doing the right thing and you're helping other people and you're retraining your brain, you're healing your brain. So if you're still acting out in your active addiction, there's no healing going on up here. So all that time that you've remained on Suboxone, that you've done no internal work, there's no healing going on. So when you go to get off, you're just going to revert back to your old ways. You might be able to maintain right now because you have that Suboxone going to those receptors, or that methadone going to those receptors, but that's the only thing holding you. And if Suboxone or methadone is the only thing holding you in your recovery, then you've got a lot of work to do. And you guys, this is not me judging anybody. This is just me sharing with you guys from my own personal experience. From my own personal experience working with other people who are trying to taper, my own personal experience having this channel and doing my own taper. Like, I'm telling you guys, I am down to 2 milligrams. I feel better than I've ever felt in my whole entire life, but I have a lot of work to do still. I'm still actively learning and working on healing my brain. Okay, so those 3 reasons I see: not ready, taper too fast, okay, and dishonesty, practicing old behaviors. All right, we could even go farther and say, you know, I see a lot of people struggle because they're still hanging out with people that are getting high. They've been on Suboxone for 3 years and they're still hanging out with their friends who are shooting heroin. That is a recipe for disaster. Please listen to me, you guys. Get out of that situation. Get away from those old people, places, and things. They are not going to be there for you when you start going through this hard time. The only reason they're there is because misery loves company. All right? Ditch them and get your life together. This is the beginning of the rest of your life, and you deserve this. You deserve to be successful. Okay? So if I was working with someone and I was helping them with a taper program, and you know, I was suggesting things to them, these are the things that I would suggest for you to have a successful taper off Suboxone or methadone. Number 1, get involved in therapy. Right now, make an appointment. You can do it over telemedicine. You don't have to go in person right now, which is so amazing. You can talk to a therapist over the phone, on the video chat. Okay, therapy, because therapy helps you address underlying issues. It helps you get to the root cause of why was I wanting to get high? Why did I want to change the way I felt? Okay. Number 2, get recovery support. You need other people who have been down that road before you, because there is nothing like being able to relate to another addict or alcoholic. Okay, this can go for anybody that's tapering off of any maintenance medication or any medication in general. Find people who have walked the walk before you. Find people that inspire you. That's what I'm doing. I'm finding women that have jumped off, that have been successful, that are maintaining their recovery. I have 2 girlfriends that have successfully gotten off methadone and are kicking ass and taking names, and they both work in the treatment industry now, and I look up to them. I know if they can do it, I can do it. Okay, so recovery support, find other people who have done it before you, therapy, get involved. Don't just hang out in the back of the bus or in the back of the meeting. Get right up in the middle of some recovery fellowships, you guys. Mara is on and popping right now. You know, Medication Assisted Recovery Anonymous is a fellowship that is for people that are just like us, that are utilizing maintenance medication. I am going to link their website down below because you guys, they're having Zoom meetings. We have meetings here on my channel on Friday nights at 7. We're going to go, all of us are going to go to a meeting on Saturday, a Zoom meeting for Mara. We're going to leave from my channel and we're going to go to that Zoom meeting together. So get involved in a fellowship, find people that you can relate to, do your therapy, okay? And get honest. Get honest. There's nothing to be ashamed of, all right? If you're snorting your Suboxone or shooting your Suboxone up or trading it for dope, get honest. What do we say here at Real Talk Recovery? We say, I gotta be snitching on my addiction. Get honest, okay? Tell somebody, I'm struggling. I'm abusing my medication. I'm struggling. I'm still seeking that high, okay? A closed mouth doesn't get fed. If you don't talk about it, nobody's going to know that you're struggling. Okay? All right. Last but not least, get your family on board. If you have a mom, a dad, a sister, a brother that, you know, they care about you and they want you to succeed, get them involved in your recovery. Don't be ashamed to talk about addiction with your family members. Don't be ashamed to educate them, because I'm telling you, if your family loves you, they want to support you through this time. Okay? And last but not least, when you start your taper and you know you're getting down to the end of it, there's all kinds of different things that you can take that will help you. Supplements, vitamins, keep your electrolytes up, drink plenty of water, listen to podcasts, do mindfulness meditations. Positivity totally outweighs the negativity. If you can change the way you think and say, I'm going to kick ass and take names, I'm going to get off Suboxone, I'm going to get off Methadone, and it's going to be a cinch. I am going to succeed. The power of the mind. Michelle Mariner is a great example of this. Y'all go check out her channel, Amputated from Addiction. She has overrode that negativity, and her methadone withdrawal, jumping off methadone, has been a cinch. She is doing it successfully because she's remaining positive up here. So I hope that helps you guys a little bit. I'm going to do a couple more videos like this, top 3 reasons why, ... And if you have any requests of things you want me to talk about, drop them down in the comments and I'll make a video. All right, y'all. Love you. See you tonight at 7 p.m. for Rob's story.